back on pitch side. Congratulations to South Africa for winning this one and leveling this test series. It's been a team effort from them. And to talk this through, we've got a very, very special guest here on pitch side. Aiden Markram joins us, the captain, alongside Sean Pollock. Aiden, huge congratulations to you. Coming back after that 1-0 loss, I mean, what does this mean to you, the significance of this win first?
Yeah, really good response. I think we had a couple of lessons to learn from that first game. Ideally, you should like to win the toss and put some big runs on the board, but you have to find ways to try win the game even if you lose the toss. So I think a great response all around. Better in the field this game, or slightly better I should say, and then a lot better with bat and ball, so a really good response. 202
for 7 at one point yesterday, South Africa. I mean, what was the thought process at that point? Do you think that was perhaps the turning point of the game, that partnership that we saw?
Yeah, it was huge. That and then the spell yesterday evening to take 3-4 wickets really early. It's amazing, this whole momentum thing, and it applies to all formats, and it's weird how it works, but it must be a legit thing. So great performance from the tail there to score as many as they did, and then sort of take that buzz and energy out into the field and strike early.
Also, the spin challenge was always something that was going to be the biggest challenge here in these conditions. I mean, what was the preparation coming into that series? Because, you know, everybody's done really well, especially when you talk about that tail, Muthusamy, Rabada, everybody fairly negated the spinners very well.
Yeah, I mean, we had a training camp back at Pretoria, but it's probably the last place in South Africa you can simulate spin-friendly conditions, but we try to find a way, and then obviously when we got to spend as much time as we could out in the middle in the nets, find ways to each individual that you back yourself to try to succeed in these conditions. But it's a massive challenge for us, so a big work in progress for us as a team. It's not the perfect package at all, so keep striving, keep getting better. We've got a new challenge going to India next, and yeah, we will take those lessons forward.
The World Test Championship cycle, obviously the last one, there's lots of people who put their hands up and put in performances. Lots of hundreds from different players, lots of wickets from different bowlers. It's proving to be the same case so far in this, obviously, series. I mean, if you had come on the tour and said Sen Muthusamy would have got 89 not out, or KG would have got 71, that must really like make you feel good about the team's prospects going forward, because, I mean, no one averages over 40 from a batting perspective, but you guys are still finding a way to get runs on the board and winning. And then the other question I've got is with the spin department. Obviously, Simon Harmer wasn't in the mix. That was wonderful to get him back in, and now you must feel confident going into your subs that you've got that bowling attack that no matter what the conditions are, you can compete.
Yeah, it's great to, I mean, you will know as well, Polly, like when you're in a team and everyone's contributing, and not always massive scores, but guys feel sort of proud of their performance when you get onto the right side of the result. And there's nothing better than touring with a great group of guys that have a great energy, and that's very fortunate that we have. It's not something you can fake or anything. It's quite a real thing, and it makes touring a lot easier and a lot better. And then I think through that, performances sort of come with that as well. So that's a great space for us to be in as a team. With the spinners, I think Pahami is obviously a great find for us, or not find, but great to have him back to link up with Kesh and Sen. Sen puts his hand up in the first game. Kesh comes back in straight into the wickets, and then Harmy now in the second innings. So from a package point of view, as a bowling unit, I think the guys will be a lot more confident now that you can go to the sub and really compete.
And you also would still feel that there's lots of areas you guys can improve on. I mean, the catching in the first innings wasn't your best. I mean, the fact that you could still be competitive, having given up all those opportunities, was fantastic. And batting-wise, you could probably get more consistency. So you tie this test series, but you would also agree that there's room for improvement, and that's probably an exciting space to be in.
It is for sure. Like I've said, a massive work in progress for us as a team, especially in conditions like this. So some of us batters get in and get out, and you sit on the side and you watch, and it doesn't actually look as bad as maybe what it felt like when you were out there in the middle. So there's plenty of lessons for us to learn naturally from a fielding point of view. That's probably the most disappointing one for us as a South African team. We pride ourselves big time on fielding, and that wasn't up to standard. So yeah, the guys will be burnt a bit by that, but they'll put in the work, and again, hopefully we can respond well to that.
Just on the fielding then, does it get difficult or a different challenge when you are in different conditions? Obviously in South Africa with a high bounce and everything, it is different. Is that a factor at all? Or, of course, we're not looking for an excuse here, but just talking about the fact that these are different conditions.
It is very different, yeah. It's no excuse like you mentioned, but it's quite different. Your your slip catches, even off the seamers, they're like knee height and lower. And South Africa, they're normally climbing, and definitely not trying to create excuses. But again, the more time you spend in conditions like this, the more you get that feel, and try premeditate maybe where a catch can go. And in South Africa, it might be a certain place, and here it might be different. So you explore with options like that, and see how you feel comfortable, and hopefully then on the day you can catch them.
Last one from me. Do you think KG's now looking for a promotion in the batting lineup?
Polly's called him the Brian Lara of South Africa, by the way. Just so if you don't know.
You can say what you want after that knock. He'll be chomping at the bit. I know the guys that bat 11 for us, it's quite a big battle to not bat 11. So whether that helps his case now, Shooks can make that call.
Well, parting thoughts, just the culture of the team. Talk us through that, because, you were the World Test champions recently, and then coming in, playing in the subcontinent. There seems to be a self-belief in the side, and generally camaraderie amongst the players. Just talk us through that, please.
Yeah, the camaraderie is huge. The guys are at each other the whole time, quite a lot of banter and making a lot of jokes and stuff, and that's great on tour, because when you're out there in the middle, it can be quite sapping and quite stressful. So it's a great group of guys. I think maybe what you achieve over a decent period, or even if it's a short-term period, gives you a lot of belief. But that does only come over time and through performances. So it's not something you ever take for granted. You keep your head down, and you keep working hard. But I think it's still important to celebrate small wins on tours, and this is a small win for us.
Well, very well deserved win. Thank you so much for your time, and all the best for the white ball series. There you had it from Aiden Markram, just talking about the win here, and of course celebrations all round for them, and huge congratulations to them once again. Now we'll take a breather, and when we do come back, we'll be having a look on the other side, a closer look at this game. Where did Pakistan go wrong, and where did South Africa go right? So see you guys on the other side. South Africa levelling this series. Then quick look at what happened in this particular test match. South Africa were 404. That's what they made after that brilliant partnership that we saw in response. Pakistan were just bundled out for 138, and South Africa then fairly making it easy for them to chase those runs. 73 for 2 is what happened, and South Africa won this game by 8 wickets and managed to level it. Yeah, we're back on pitch side, just discussing how both the teams fared in this particular test match. Pakistan, of course, lots to learn from this test match. A lot of areas of concern and a lot of areas to work on. South Africa would be the happier team that they've managed to win a test match in the subcontinent. So we've now been joined by Waqar Younis. Waqar, if you were to look back at this test match and point out where Pakistan lost this game, what would that moment be?
Well, I would not look at this test match only, but overall it's the second inning. I mean, first inning we didn't score enough. Our batters scored well in the first inning, in the first part, but the second part, we have given the numbers many times now that the lower order batter, the tail ender, is not really contributing at all. And then on top of that, second inning we're not really batting that well. We gave away too many runs. There's so many areas of concern for Pakistan. So pick any. So I feel that Pakistan need to really sit down and work it out, that what's going wrong. I feel it's the second inning where the problem is. I don't know if it's a fitness by staying in the field for too long and I can't bat after that, or the technique. I feel that it's more about technique than anything else. They struggle to manage spin when they started spinning.
I mean, just from what you're saying, we've got some figures up there to really talk about sort of what you're saying. In fact, this is just in tests overall. We're talking about those last 5 wickets where Pakistan seems to not contribute at all. And it's in both innings that we're talking about. So that tail needs to start performing. The numbers speak for themselves, Waqar.
Even the top orders need to perform in the second inning. First inning, when you prepare a pitch which is going to turn later on, it's fine. It's the best time to bat, and Pakistan managed to win both tosses, and they batted well in the first inning. It's the second inning where the problem starts. They had time to sort of kill when these wickets fell, and they couldn't, because there were only like 10-15 overs left when they just were playing all over the ball, and there are a few technical issues. Abdullah Shafiq struggled to manage that pace, that length, and a few drop catches also. But it's a huge issue. I know we've gone from good pitches to pitches who are underprepared, or pitches who are conducive for the spinners, but we forgot that we have to bat also on that. Lucky that we won the toss and we're scoring run in the first inning, but the second inning has been a massive issue. It's a clear indication that Pakistan struggled to sort of, bat second inning.
Also, Polly, Waqar mentioned somebody like Abdullah Shafiq. He's been struggling technically and getting out literally the same way. That's what we've seen in the last maybe 10 innings or something. How does a batter, or how does a cricketer, if there is a technical difficulty that they're facing, how do you overcome something like that?
Well, first of all, you've got to admit you've got an issue. Second of all, you've got to go to the coach and say, okay, what can we do technically wise, practice wise, to be able to improve on this? And once you've got that plan in place, then you try and implement. You do your drills, you do as much as you can, and then when you get into the middle to play, you try and forget about it, just watch the ball and play from there. But I don't think he's the backbone of the team for me. The bigger concern for me would maybe be someone like you've got your Baba, you've got your Rizwan, you've got your Saad Shakil. I mean, those are the nuts and bolts of the middle order. They are the ones that have to be able to play spin well. And I think the 3 dismissals that we saw in the second innings, Saad was out to a slow delivery, out way ahead of himself, nicked off to the slip. Baba's head was falling over. Rizwan was caught in no man's land. I think those are the issues for me, that the guys need to make sure that they understand how important they are to the team, and that they are the backbone of the side, and when they get a chance, they have to make them pay. The other thing is, Aiden Markham talked about South Africa, saying their characters come to the fore. You know how you show character? You show character when you've got your backs to the wall. And the backs to the wall means when you're 5 or 6 down. What do the bowlers do from a batting perspective? That shows character. What do you do when a team is 210 for 7 and you've got a lead of 100, 120? How do you show the character that someone says, okay, I'm taking the responsibility here. They're not getting more than 230. We're going to have a 100 lead. You get a 100 lead here, you win the test match. It was going to be an absolute no-brainer. So that is the character of the side that needs to come to the fore. How you get that to come to the fore, that's the difficult part. But you would think with all the international experience that those guys have had, that they would be able to do something. Bowling-wise, I mean, you can't be upset with what they've done. The spinners have done a brilliant job. I mean, your spinners, on average, finger spinners probably average 30 in Test cricket. I think if you had to look at your finger spinners, they're averaging mid-20s, and they're doing the job. They are picking up the wickets. Batting hasn't been enough runs. The fast bowlers are also doing their job when they get a chance. So I think it goes down to character, and that's why they'll be disappointed. They had an opportunity. It was almost like they were 4-0 up in a soccer game, and they allowed South Africa to creep their way back in and win the game comfortably, and that's where they'll be disappointed.
But that's been a pattern across formats, Waqar. I want to talk about that. When you're allowing teams to take the game away from you, whether it is T20 or Test cricket, what do you pin that down to? I mean, why does that happen repeatedly?
It's the killing instinct, I feel that Pakistan get complacent at times, thinking that the game is in the pocket or we got the lead, and they get in that comfort zone. Test match cricket, you cannot get into comfort zone. One good session, one good, 10 overs, you are in trouble, and that's what happened. I mean, lower order batsmen, they shown their technique from South Africa, and they've shown that it's very much battable, this pitch. On the other hand, Pakistan, they were all over the shop. They lost the game when they went back into the dressing room after seeing what Rabada did, what Maharaj did to them, and they were really out of this game. We all knew it in the comment box that the body language of the guys were really down. And I think, as Paulie said, it's about showing character. It's about showing attitude. And I think that's what was missing.
I also wonder what was said from a management perspective. Pakistan won that first test, and we discussed in the show afterwards that something needs to be said to those bottom 5 batters. Yes. That they can't be bowled out for 17 for 5 and 17 for 6, whatever it was. So when you win a game like that, as a coaching staff, you've got to say, okay, we won the game, that's great, we like the result, but there was lots we can improve on, and I don't want to see us throw our wickets away in the next test match. We've got to show application. The next innings was probably worse than what we saw in the first, so you wonder whether anything was raised, and that's what I'm saying with Waqar. When you've played a lot of test cricket like we had, there's always reference points. So when you get into a particular situation, you say to yourself, do you remember when we played Australia in 1998 and we had a lead of 100 and we let it slip? Let's make sure we don't do do that again. And I think those reference points are important to build character in teams. And I just wonder what gets discussed sometimes in the dressing rooms.
Also, talking about building character, we've seen South Africa with a lot of character in this, generally show character in this Test series. Do you think this win is going to perhaps give them that belief that they can do well in the subcontinent?
Yeah, it's a huge plus. But I mean, look at the batting. There's not one person who averages over 40 in that Test team, in the top 6. Temba Bavuma, I think he might be close now. He's obviously not playing in this game. But they found a way, and you're getting different contributions. So what did you get? You got from Rickleton, you got from Stubbs, you're going to get from Markram at different times. I think when they as a unit put it all together, that's when they can start dominating Test matches on the subcontinent. But they're finding also ways to contribute down the order. So you get your Mutasamy, you get in your Maharaj, you get in your KG Rabada. And that's what it's all about. It is a team effort. When you don't have the rock stars, your Callises and your De Villiers and your Umlers and your Smiths who average over 50, we have to find another way. So what's the way we're going to do? We're going to contribute all the way down the order, and we're going to fight as hard as we can. So you've got to learn of different ways to unskin the cat and be competitive. And it'll be good for them for the subcontinent going forward.
Absolutely. Point well taken by Polly. Vakar, now Pakistan has to look ahead, of course, because we've got a new format altogether, which is the T20 series is coming up for Pakistan. So different format, and there's been a couple of changes that we've already read about as well. Babar Azam comes back into that squad, which is going to be interesting to see how things go. This is how we are looking forward to it. First T20 International is back here, very much back here in Rawalpindi on the 28th of October. The second one and the third one are going to be in Lahore. And remember that ODI series is going to be in Faisalabad. So we do have a World Cup coming up next year, T20 World Cup, and the preparations have been, well, they have already started, and now you're looking ahead to that. I mean, what can we expect from this? We lost the Asia Cup. Pakistan lost the Asia Cup final. But, of course, there's been a couple of changes around. I mean, what do you want to see from this side?
Again, the same issue, I feel, what we've seen in Test match cricket. The will to finish the games, and I think even T20 cricket in Asia Cup, we saw that, we got we were not sure how we want to play this T20 cricket. So I feel this is an opportunity. There's a World Cup around the corner, so bringing Babar back and some other changes also been made in the team. So stick to it. Whatever you want to do, just the next sort of 3-4 months before the World Cup, stick to it and give them the opportunity. And however you want to play, because we still don't know how we want to just play this T20 cricket. So first find out that, and then keep those guys playing and give them confidence.
T20 format then for South Africa. Polly, what can we expect? Of course, a brilliant white ball team. Overall, South Africa has some resources up their sleeve just in terms of talent.
For sure. Over the last 18 months, they've really tried a lot of individuals. A lot of people have been rested for T20 tournaments, but this little gap of a month or so, they've got 3 T20s here, 5 T20s in India. Subcontinental conditions is where the World Cup is happening. So I expect them to solidify their side. They must work out who their 15 are, work out who's going to play what role, and try and stick to them, give them as much time to playing together. You'll see a lot of firepower. South Africa have got wonderful ability, good variations with their bowlers. So I'm excited. I think it'll be a cracking T20 series.
Well, there's the squad that you have. Anyone to look out for in this squad, Polly?
Yeah, have a look. Quinton de Kock. Quinton de Kock's back in the mix. He's been retired for a period of time. David Miller hasn't played for a while as well. So we're looking forward to how he gets on. And then the likes of Corvin Bosch, George Linder, Andile Simelane. Luandre Pretorius, he's a real hand for Donovan Ferreira. He gives it a good whack. And Nandre Berger, you mightn't have seen much of him as a fast bowler. He's pretty exciting, as is Quinton Papaka, Kutsia, Williams. So there's Ava Peter, he's a leg spinner, and Lungi Ngidi back in the mix. So it's a different kind of squad. They're giving guys a little bit of opportunity. Some guys are having a chance to have a rest because of the amount of cricket that's been played. But that's a good unit and some exciting players for the Pakistan public to witness live.
Yeah, lots of inclusions in this one. Abdul Samad has been added. Vakar, Babar Azam also is back in this squad. There's been a couple of guys who've been dropped. Fakhar Zaman is in the reserves. Haris Rauf, Sufyan Makeem. They're all in the reserve squad, but they have been rested. And then this is what you have. Usman Tariq also back in the mix. So a couple of changes here and there. How do you look overall at the squad?
Look, this is what we have at this stage. And I think Pakistan got to stick to them. Don't make too many changes. Abdul Samad is back, who's a batter who bats at down the order, number 5, number 6, and we were looking for someone like him. But the opportunities, not enough opportunities are given to these guys. Hassan Nawaz is there. I mean, good to see Naseem Shah back in the squad. Babar Azam, if you want to play him, just play him throughout till the World Cup and see what happens after that. So I feel this got a good balance in the side, but it's just that how you want to play. The issue Pakistan have is that, you know, still looking for a method how we want to deal with this T20 cricket.
And has Salman, has he been the captain for a while?
Salman Ali Agha, well, I mean, not for that long.
Okay.
He's been there, but we know. I know what you're saying.
No, I'm saying settled leadership. Settled leadership going into World Cups is vital.
Yes, stability. This is what we're talking about. We need a bit of stability. But just talking about all the action, remember you can catch all the T20s and the one-day internationals. If you are in the UK, then you've got a stream right there, which is live.pcb.com.pk, which is where you can see all the matches. So do catch on, because we've got all the white ball cricket lined up for you. And remember that the first T20 international is going to be played on the 28th of October. This is what we are looking forward to. Pakistan versus South Africa. The coverage starts at 7:25 p.m. on the 28th of October, very much live from here in Pindi. All right then, gentlemen, thank you so much for your thoughts. Polly, I hope that you've had a good time in Pakistan and you've been looked after.
Indeed. Wonderful experience again.
Anything else?
No. Looking forward to watching the T20s and one-days from home. It's been a while since I've been home.
All right, all right. He just wants to go home, right? He just wants to go home.
Don't we all?
Yes, of course. Now, I think it is time to head home. But thank you so much, gentlemen, once again for your insight and all your valuable advice that we get to hear from all of you. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this coverage of this Test series. It's been absolutely amazing, considering the fact that we've had a 1-all series. It would be nice if we had another Test match, because then we would be going into it at 1-all. But it's been great fun and action-packed completely. Until the T20 series, it's goodbye from all of us.
Second test, day 1, and it once again promises to be an examination of skill, resilience, and how good you are on a spinning track. A good toss to win for Pakistan. Shan Masood there opting to bat straight away. No hesitations whatsoever. It looks a brittle pitch. It looks a pitch that will offer a lot of assistance.
Oh, that's right. Bowling. What a start from Harmer.
And a lovely 50 from Pakistan captain. His 4th 50-plus score.
The Lashbi gets to his 50. Oh, that could be gone. The new ball done the job. Yes!
Something for South Africa to rejoice. They had a good time of it. The last session probably belonging to South Africa. Second test, day 2, and we are here, and we promise you a lot of action. 50 comes up for South Shakil. Edge and taken.
Another 50 on this tour for Tony Dezorzi, and that'll bring up his 50 as well. He has got his first Test wicket. What a moment for him at 38 years of age.
And he'll walk off feeling like a king. His form is back, yes.
It is the second Test, day 3.
Oh, that's close, that's gone. It's a fifer for Asif Afridi on debut. And it's a half-century for Muthusamy. Down the track and gone this time.
Rabada just chips it in the air. It is a fabulous chip.
With a great 50. This is for the team. Gone for the appeal, and finger has gone up. Edge and gone. Meta dealt with. And Pakistan are still 4 wickets down.
Goes back and hustles. That's 50 for Babar. And that is it. Oh, chance taken. Harmer strikes again. He's got 5.
Beautiful shot. Good use of the feet.
There is the victory for South Africa. The World Test champions start their campaign with a level series.